Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm doing another video. And this one is kind of a follow-up to my last video I just did. And also, it's not only that, but it's also a video about my 25-day Neville Goddard challenge, revision technique challenge. So I never got to do I didn't go beyond day 3 or 4, honestly, of my challenge. And that was, I know that was months ago that I did this. But in the tribute to a lot of the changes that I am trying to make in my life, like hiring a personal trainer, moving out of this place, just adopting a lot of different beliefs that I'm starting to kind of see the big picture with a lot of stuff. I'm going to be doing a 50-day challenge instead, because I think there's enough stuff to write down for 50 days, and it's going to be interesting. So I think a good date would be 6 months from now to say what happened, but also doing a middle video as well, because I think a middle video, once I do the 25 days, will have me commit to actually doing the 25 days this time. And I messed up, That's one of the things about when I went to the gym and I had this trainer. She said, well, you're not, I told her about all this stuff, not the manifestation stuff, but the stuff with working out and how I envision that and how what my goals are and how I usually go about it. And she's like, well, you have a problem committing. You have a problem being consistent. That's the number one problem, So if I'm consistent, if I do the 25 days, I'm going to be held accountable, because I will do that video that said I did the 25 days of Neville Goddard revision. And of course, I'm not going to I don't know when results will happen, but I've had a hard time, because what happens, or there's no excuse, but I'll just say this. So when I try to go to sleep and do the revision stuff, I'll fall asleep and not do, sometimes not do the revision stuff. So it's going to be, it's a challenge to do a lot of these things. It's a challenge to change this part of your life when you're doing things, when you have habits. So one of the things that I did, because I'm really committed this time, to doing these changes and doing these manifestation techniques, is that I'm announcing this right now. It's going to be a week. Earlier today, I said I thought in my head I was going to take a week off of this, but I'm going to take a month. Not off YouTube in general, but off, like, basically checking YouTube all the time, and because I've been off of Facebook. I'm still on there technically, like my picture's on there, blah blah blah, but I'm not deactivated. But my Facebook I haven't visited for over a month. I think I went on, maybe I went on there for Messenger, and then I disabled my Messenger on my phone. I told people I'm not going on here until November 4th of 2020 for obvious reasons, because I'm sick of the politics. I'm sick of it. So I'm gonna try to stay away from Facebook, Twitter, which is a big problem of mine now, because I'll go on these debates and I'll type stuff. And the funny thing is, it's usually with doctors and epidemiologists nowadays, because I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. Oh my God, you're so right. And then someone else is like, they're saying, catastrophic stuff. You're a whatever, what people think, that because I happen to have a more moderate, mixed view on things that are going on, and I'm against more lockdowns. Oh my God, I'm so terrible, So I get in these debates, and they're just stressful, and I happen to disagree, and I have an open mind about stuff. But I'll go on these videos, or these even some of these conspiracy videos, and I'll type comments, and I'm stopping that for a month. I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to stop doing all these bad. I would call them bad habits, because they're habits, because they take up a lot of time. I've already done 3 videos today, this being the 3rd one, where I would have maybe done 1, because I would go on YouTube or Twitter and talk to about all these political things and all this stuff, and watch all these videos from Six Hexenhammer or whoever, all these political videos and stuff. So, who I do watch, for better or worse. But you know, it's like it's like you get sucked into these things and they distract you. So I'm doing a whole month where I'm just gonna focus on stuff that I like to do and that don't feed into that negative uh, vibe or energy. So other than listen to heavy metal, because heavy metal is my life, so you're not gonna stop that. Even though if may want to say it's you may think it's kind of a negative thing, but it's not for me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Um, I'm going to be doing the 25-day challenge starting tonight. And I'm also doing a couple other programs and manifestation processes as we speak as well. One of the things I wanted to bring up is that also about this is that there's another negative belief I have, and I've never really talked about this before. Today I had a lot of revelations about a lot of my beliefs. Like I think I said in another video, or did I do this? I don't know if I did this video or not, but there was another video that I talked about, or I think I talked about this, is that I have, I've come up with these new beliefs today. And one of these beliefs that I found out that I have is that I feel like one of my fears is that if I stop thinking negative or stop looking at the negative, then if I ignore it, it will get worse. And that's kind of like a weird belief that I have. And I may do the column method about this because I'm going to put this in the column method, which I talk about in another video, because I think this is one of those beliefs that really is counterproductive. So, like, it's kind of like I'm so convinced by manifestation, like it's almost like the dark side of manifestation. I'm like scared of that dark side happening or whatever. Like, oh my God, I've thought about all this negative stuff. It's probably going to happen if I just stop thinking about it because that's how stuff manifests. That in itself is a negative belief that could be flipped and reversed and eliminated, right? So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to be doing those three things. So I'm going to be doing the Neville Goddard revision technique again. I don't know if I'm going to start from day one because I had this thing. The first thing was related to dating when I was about 12 years old and at this roller skating rink. And maybe I'll do it again and I'll just go through the list. And then I'm going to do 25 more after the 25 days and do a middle video that talks about that I did 25 days. And I'm going to try to flip this belief because this belief, as far as what I just said, is very negative and very counterproductive. And I think it's like, I almost want to go back to the law of attraction and The Secret because they say, well, positive beliefs are more powerful than negative beliefs. Maybe that should just be the one that replaces that, A lot of stuff I don't think about that was negative in the past, never happened too. So that's another proof that this belief is false. So, but it is something that's held me back. And I'm going to get to the core of why I have this belief, of course, too. Or maybe, so that's all I got to say. I'm going to be doing the $25 25-day technique or revision technique again. And I'm actually going to do it this time. And I'm actually going to update people on it. And I'm actually going to tell people results in 6 months, which I hope. I mean, if it works the way that it's intended, my life will change in a big way, hopefully. So that's about it.